Hey guys, it's Lisa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my 2023 updated plant wish list video. I did mean to get this out to you guys a bit sooner, but it's taken me ages to collect pictures of all of the plants on my wish list. I do like to get permission before I use any photos so that I can provide credit. It's taken me like almost a month to get all the photos that I needed because quite often people just haven't replied. So I'm finally ready to film this video. And if I seem a little bit rushed, it's because I'm in the plant room. I can't have the fan on without it being really loud and noisy on the video. And I am absolutely cooking. It's 30 degrees and 70% humidity in here, so I'm sweating. So I'm gonna have to keep taking breaks during filming so that I can put the fan on and get some fresh air to be able to get through this video. But anyway, so let's just get started. So basically all the plants on my wish list are just plants that I really want that I haven't got yet. The difference from last time, as I said, is the prices. To be honest, I can probably get almost all of these plants quite easily now for a pretty decent price. It's just a more of matter of me actually getting them, and obviously I can't buy all of the plants on my wish list in one go. I kind of have to just gradually get them because I can't afford to just buy them all in one day. So hopefully within the next couple of months, maybe even the next 6 months, I will probably hopefully have all of these plants on my wish list. So the first plant on my wish list, and I'm not doing this in any order, is a Hoya Caudata Sumatra. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Obviously name and picture will be over here. This is just a really cute Hoya. It's got a nice splash. I do love a good Hoya with a splash. Any Hoya with a splash, I'm into it. I've also seen a lot of pictures of it with quite sunstressed with really nice red burgundy kind of colored leaves, which I think is really cute. So yeah, I'm really interested to get one of these, and like I said, the prices aren't too bad, so I will get one eventually. It's just a matter of really getting around to it. Okay, the next plant that I would love is an Anthurium dorayaki. I just really like Anthuriums. I think they're all beautiful. They are all quite similar. Like, I find it very hard to tell the difference between them all. I have to have the name tags in because they just kind of look, yeah, very similar to me. The reason that Anthurium dorayaki is on my wish list is because a few plant stores have started selling these lately, so it is an Anthurium that I will be able to get pretty easily, which at the moment is kind of my criteria for Anthuriums. I like all the Anthuriums, but I'm only really able to get the ones that are actually available in New Zealand. I know there are actually, Anthuriums are probably one of the plants in New Zealand where there are still some that are considered rare, although the prices are still a lot lower than I would have expected them to be a couple of years ago. But Anthurium dorayaki is one of the Anthuriums that is at a decent price. You're able to get it from a couple online plant stores, so I expect that I will be able to get one to add to my collection, which is purely the reason why it's in my collection, because I love Anthuriums. These ones are doing, by the way, aren't they stunning? Love Anthuriums, they're just amazing. Cool, another plant on my wish list is a Hoya Deykeai, I think is how you pronounce it. Obviously the name will be here. And this is just a really cool Hoya. I love all Hoyas that have nice veining. I love Hoyas that have large leaves. This seems to have quite large leaves. It does remind me a bit of Hoya fungi, which I love, but it seems to have more heart-shaped leaves, so it's almost like a mix of a Hoya kerrii and a Hoya obovata. To me personally, that's what I see anyway, and I love both of those Hoyas, so I definitely would love to have a Hoya Deykeai at some point. I have only just recently seen these, so I never knew about them before until like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, but when I saw them I was like, cool, that has to go into my wish list. So there it is, it's in my wish list now. Another Hoya that I would really like is a Hoya Fitchii. Again, these are pretty decent price at the moment. I definitely could have got one earlier, but I just haven't. So I will definitely get one eventually. I just got really nice veining. I just love all Hoyas that have veining. I don't know what it is about Hoyas. Like, I have a lot of Hoya that are very similar, but I still love them all and need them all. It's just like, I don't know. If you love Hoyas as much as I do, you will probably totally understand. So quite often I'll say, well, this Hoya looks like this Hoya, and then people who aren't into plants as much as me will kind of be like, why do you have both of them then? I don't know, because I just want them all. That's why. Okay, so anyway, need a Hoya Fitchii in my life. Beautiful, beautiful veining, and it's just stunning foliage. But again, I just love all Hoyas, and I need to have this one as well. Another plant that I would really like, Philodendron Florida Ghost. These have been out and released in New Zealand for quite a while now, and you can get them for pretty decent prices, but I just haven't gotten around to it. It's probably towards the bottom of my wish list if I were to look at all the plants on my wish list at the moment, so I guess I just haven't been that fussed about getting it. I do want to have one eventually, but I'm not like in a super rush to get one, so I've kind of just been chilling, and if one comes up that's really a beautiful specimen and it's a really good price, then I might just grab it then. In the meantime, I'm happy to wait until I just see one that I really like. But anyway, these are beautiful philodendrons. I do believe that these can revert though, so that's also another reason why I haven't been too much in a rush. I really want to get one that does have good variegation to begin with, so that the likelihood of it losing its variegation is a lot lower. But they're just really cool, and I love the shape of Philodendron Floridas, and Florida Ghost just has this beautiful variegation. So yeah, I'm really interested in hoping to get one of these soon, but I'll probably will try and get a few of the other plants on my wish list before I worry about that one. Another plant that I really like is a Caladium Hilo Beauty. So I've had a Caladium in the past and kind of just I don't know, I just am not like that interested in them anymore, to be honest. Also, my last Caladium that I had that was beautiful, once it went dormant, I tried to do all the things that were recommended to store the bulb, etc., but when it came to replanting it, it just didn't, it had just rotted and it had died, so I just ended up chucking it in the compost. So yeah, I'm not totally that fussed with this species of plants, but a Caladium Hilo Beauty, I have to say, is the one Caladium that I really do want. It is just beautiful. It's huge, stunning leaves, and I just love the like interesting pattern on it. I do like plants that have pink and things like that, but the Caladiums that I've seen with pink lately here in New Zealand, they're just, I don't know, they're just a bit too much for me. Like, I like that this Caladium is a lot more understated. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just really like this specific Caladium, and I think, yeah, I'm not fussed about any of the others, just this one. So hopefully I will be able to get one soon. Again, with this one, I have seen it a few times and I just haven't got it, so I will definitely get one eventually, but I'm not in like a huge rush. Another plant that I'm quite keen on getting is an Alocasia Jacklyn. I've been quite into my Alocasias lately. I've always like been a bit wary of them because I thought they were really hard. I've had my Alocasia Frydek ages, and it's been doing it really well. It's given me a little bit more confidence with Alocasias. I do have a few other Alocasias in my collection that are quite small. It's just really cool. It like kind of reminds me of like an alligator, or like alligator scales or something. I don't know. It's just got an interesting shape, interesting texture and pattern, and yeah, I'm just like, cool, that's awesome. Another Hoya, there's quite a few Hoyas in this list by the way. Another Hoya that I would really like is a Hoya Macrophylla Snow Queen. It's just really cute. I have a Hoya Sarawak, which I feel like it looks very similar to, but it just has a lot more splash, and I love my Hoya Sarawak. I love the veinage, the huge leaves, and this looks very similar to that. I haven't seen one in real life yet, and this is probably one of the ones that is harder to find in New Zealand. I've seen it being sold occasionally, but not as frequently as a lot of the other plants on my wish list, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye out, and when I next see one, hopefully I'll be able to grab one. But I don't know how big the leaves get, so I have a feeling they're a lot smaller than a Hoya Sarawak, but it just reminds me of that. I also don't know if in New Zealand if we call it a Macrophylla snow queen or if it's a Latifolia snow queen, because we seem to be interchanging a lot with the terms Macrophylla and Latifolia. So let me know in the comments down below if you know what are we actually calling this in New Zealand. Is it a Macrophylla or is it a Latifolia snow queen? I don't know. I just know it has snow queen at the end and that's it. Next plant on my wish list I've had before, and it's just one that I really want to repurchase but haven't been able to. I haven't really seen that many lately. It is a jewel orchid, the Macodes Petola. Such a beautiful orchid. I love it. I really want to put this back into my collection. My one, unfortunately, it just was not doing well and it got very rot and I couldn't save it and it died. So yeah, I'm on the lookout for a new one. So hoping that I will see one come up. They do seem to come up now and then. I just haven't seen any for a little while. So I'm waiting for that, and hopefully next time I see one pop up, I'll be able to grab one because they're just amazing. Like, how can you not love it? It's got like this beautiful lightning bolt patternage and it glows, like it just looks amazing when the sun hits it. It changes, like it almost changes colour. It's just such a cool plant and I really miss having it in my collection, so I'm just holding out for another one. Next plant is another Alocasia. I've only got 2 Alocasia in my wish list, so this is my second one, and it's probably quite far down my wish list as well. It's an Alocasia Melo. It's not my favourite of all the Alocasias that I have or want, but I do think it's quite cute and I've seen them in person a few times, so yeah, I'm keen to add one to my collection, but I'm not like in a super rush for this one either. I just like the colour. It's got that lovely silver kind of greyish tones, and it almost in pictures looks like it's furry, but it's actually not at all. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's got this textured feel though, which is quite nice. So yeah, I would like one, but I'm not like I need one. So one day I'll probably get one, but I'm just taking my time. There's lots of other plants on my wish list that I would much rather get sooner than this one. The next plant is another Hoya. It's a Hoya Meredithii, I think is how you pronounce it. This is another Hoya that I've only just seen recently, and I saw it like a couple weeks ago and then I added it straight to my wish list. It's very cool. It is very similar to Hoya fungi, but the veinage seems to be just a little bit like more than a fungi, if that makes sense. I know, and some of the leaves seem to, in pictures that I've seen, they seem to always be like not always perfectly shaped. I don't know, it's just kind of cool, and the flowers are really beautiful too, so I'm interested in getting one of these, but again, I've only recently added it to my wish list and I haven't really seen too many of these, so I have not really much idea of what the price range for them is starting kind of at, but again, the price should come down pretty quickly with how much plant prices are dropping in New Zealand over the last few years. The next Hoya on my wish list is Hoya Parasitica Black Margin. This is another plant that I haven't really seen much until recently, and it's very cute. It's just got quite cute, almost heart-shaped leaves, but almost the reverse of a Kyriae, where the heart part of the Kyriae faces away from the stem, whereas in these ones the heart part is where the stem connects to the vine. So it's quite cute, and I love plant Hoyas that have margins around the edge, and it's got a nice little veinage as well. I know, it's just really cute Hoya, and I'd love to add one of these to my collection. This is definitely probably higher up there on my list than some of the other plants on my wish list. It's very cute, but I haven't really seen these sold at all, so again, I'm just keeping an eye out, and hopefully I'll be able to get one soon, or they'll become a little bit more common and the prices will therefore be not too bad as well. Fingers crossed. The next plant is a bit of a confusing one in terms of what to call it. So I believe it's called a Monstera Peru. There's also another type of plant in New Zealand that looks very similar, and I don't know if they're the same plant or a different plant or what. I think the other ones are Pinnatum. I'll put the name on the screen somewhere anyway. But yeah, so I think the one that I want is the Monstera Peru. I don't know, it's just really cute. It's got like it's just got really interesting like textured bumpy kind of leaves, and I don't know, I can't really explain it. It's just really cool. I think it's just very interesting. I don't have a lot of plants that have that same type of texture on them. Like it's quite like bumpy. It's almost got like ridges or bumps on it. So that's really cool, and that's kind of the main reason why I would like one of those. That's still a little bit expensive, like around, I've been seeing cuttings lately still around the $100-ish mark. So yeah, I don't know if it will come down a bit or what, but hopefully I'll be able to get one when they do come down a little bit, because at the moment I've been getting quite a lot of rare plants for less than 100, so if it could go below that, that would be great. The next plant isn't super top of my wish list either. This is a Philodendron Golden Dragon. I have a plant store variegation station which sells these in quite a juvenile form. I do quite like the juvenile form actually more than the more mature form, which is the form on the screen. I mean, I still do like how it looks as a mature form, but I don't know, I actually just prefer the juvenile form. But anyway, that's all good. These are pretty decent price at the moment too, and I suspect will continue to come down, so I'm just holding out at the moment for that. As I said, it's not like super high on my list. It's just got really interesting shaped leaves, particularly when it is more mature. I just love the variegation. It's very similar variegation to like a Syngonium elbow, for example, which I love. So yeah, like what's not to like about it really? It's interesting and unique, and it has beautiful variegation, so all of those things are positives for me. The next plant is a Philodendron, and I don't know how to say it, Philodendron Nangartense. I don't know, the name's there anyway, and I don't know how to pronounce it. This is quite a cute philodendron. I haven't seen these in New Zealand in a more mature form at the moment. All the ones I've seen online and being sold are quite small still. But I do really like how these look when they get bigger. It reminds me very much of a Philodendron gloriosum, which I love, just without like that kind of fierce veining. And it also is not velvety like a gloriosum. From the pictures it looks like it's more satiny or glossy. I think these are pretty cool, and a few plant stores have released these lately at a pretty good price. I said just the juvenile form, but it will be nice to add one to my collection at some point. The next plant, this is probably one of the only plants on this list that I could say is still considered quite rare, is an Anthurium Warocqueanum. These are beautiful. I've wanted one of these for a long time, but I've never had it in my wish list prior because the price has just been so ridiculous that I was like, what's the point of even having that on my wish list? Like I can't like attain that. But the prices have gone down a lot on these. It's still quite expensive, around the $300 to $400 mark at the time that I post this video. Keep in mind this price will probably have changed within like days of me putting this video up, but anyway, that's still a lot cheaper than it was, so I'm just holding out for this one. It's on my wish list now because I figure I will be able to get it eventually, but I'm just waiting for the prices to go down, and as they inevitably will, knowing the market at the moment in New Zealand. So fingers crossed I'll be able to get one of these soon. They are beautiful, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it alive as well. The other thing I heard is that they can be quite fussy to keep alive, so I'm a little bit worried, but I feel like the chance of me keeping it alive is a lot better now that I have my plant room in this house. Like everything just does so well in my plant room. It's so bright, it's so hot, it's so humid. I mean, how cool are they though? The leaves are just, they can get so huge, that beautiful veinage. I love how like skinny they are as well. I don't really have any plants that have really skinny leaves. So yeah, so many things about it that I think is just so cool, so can't wait to get one of those, and I know I will eventually, but yes, exciting. The next plant is a Philodendron Ring of Fire. These are pretty cool. The picture I have up here is more of a mature form. A lot of the ones of these that I've seen in New Zealand to to now have been quite juvenile ones, but they do look very similar to this picture, just a lot more compact and small. Just an interesting shape. Love the variegation, and it's really cool that it can get these kind of reddy pink hues of the variegation as well, which isn't super common. Like, I don't think I have any plants that get variegation like that, so yeah, definitely would like one of these in my collection soon. But as I just love Hoyas so much, I tend to just focus a lot more on the Hoyas, and then these things kind of get forgotten about. But I definitely will get one. Hopefully by the next time I do another wishlist video I will have got one. The next plant is another Anthurium. It's the Anthurium Silver Blush. As I said prior when I was talking about the Anthurium dorayaki, this is another Anthurium that's been released lately in New Zealand, and that is attainable, something I can get, so that's the main reason why it's on my wish list. Like, I would have all the Anthuriums if I could, so at the moment I'm just getting the ones I can actually get. A little bit more silver than some of the other Anthuriums that I've talked about or have, and yeah, it's just cool. Like, why would I not want one? They're just, all Anthuriums are beautiful, so definitely need to get one eventually. Another plant that I would like, this one is probably another one that I would say is more rare, is a variegated Frydek. So I have seen these around. They are definitely attainable, but it's just the fact that the price tag is still a little bit too high for me. Again, very similar to the Warocqueanum, like around the $300 to $400 mark at the present moment. Obviously this is going to change, and that's exactly what I'm waiting for that to change, for it to come down and actually be a decent price, and then I will definitely get hold of one of these because I love my Frydek. So why would I not want a variegated one too? Like, they just look so cool. It's so stunning, so I really want one of these. But yeah, I'm just waiting because I don't want to pay crazy prices when I know that it's going to get cheaper eventually. Another plant I would really like, this again, similar to the variegated Frydek, it's a little bit more rare. I have hardly seen these at all, to be honest. I've maybe seen one or two pop up recently, and they were all quite small juvenile forms, so I'm hoping that these will become a bit more popular and easy to get soon. There's another Anthurium, it's Anthurium vittarifolium. I don't know, I just really like these. I don't really know what it is about these. I just think that the leaf shape is really cool. I just love how it's skinny, but it's trails as well. There are a few plants out there that are very similar to this, but for some reason I don't like them, but I like this one. So I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just really like this specific plant. I know there's others that are very similar, but I like this one and not the others. And I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so hopefully these will become more popular and I'll be able to get one because they're cool. I don't know what it is. I've wanted one of these for ages as well, and I didn't actually think these were available in New Zealand until like a month or two ago. Then I saw some. So yeah, I'm hanging out for that one as well. The last plant on my wish list is a variegated monkey mask, or variegated Andersonii. These were like so rare a while ago, and now they're like actually pretty common. The Plant Project actually was selling some of these, or were they the Plant Project was actually selling some of these at the Tauranga Plant Festival that I went to. Check out my video above, by the way, if you want to see the plants that I bought at that. The price tag was way too high, so I didn't get one. So yeah, I'm just waiting. The price is definitely coming down. I've been seeing these as well as variegated Andersonii mint as well, for pretty decent prices recently. But yeah, I do love my monkey mask, so having a variegated one would be great. But yeah, again, I don't know. I prefer a lot of the Hoyas to this, so I haven't been too fussed about getting one. I just know that I will definitely get one eventually when I'm able to, or when the prices come down a little bit more. Okie dokie, so I think that's all the plants on my wish list, and just a big thanks to everybody who allowed me to use their pictures. Obviously, you gave me credit on screen below, but I've also put in the description box down below a list of all the plants on my wish list and where I got the picture from as well, so you get double credit. That is my wish list, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up with what plants are on your wish list for 2023, and yeah. And also, before we go, please like this video if you haven't already and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!